Ochite guys, welcome people. Welcome back to my channel, Flashlightunity. I'm back. I am Theora, and I'm back to you with another video. And this video is a part of the series that's called Another One Bites the Dust. And another one goes, and another one goes, another one bites the dust. Hey, wanna get you to another one, but anyway. It's called Another One Bites the Dust. And so I want you to ask yourself, are you willing to bite the dust? Are you willing to stay in a sleeping slumber and bite the dust because you are lazy or failing to wake up? You know, ask yourself. That's the question that only you can answer. You have to ask yourself that question. And do I want to wake up, or do I think I know everything? Never underestimate people. And I'll say that. Never underestimate people, things, images, actions, events that happen around you, because most likely, I'll be willing to bet, those are clues, tips, anomalies, happenings in your life that are meant to actually shake you, jolt you. The CTJ, I went through the CTJ. I wanted to jolt you. I wanted to shake your minds to freedom. Well, nothing's changed. It's just, guess what? Everything goes in phases. Everything has layers. There's a time and a season for everything. I started off with jolting your mind, trying to shake your minds to freedom. I elevated to raw. I was giving you reality awareness. I'm trying to wake your asses up, letting you know that impending war is imminent for this country, for the people, and it revolves around the people who stay asleep. We must wake up. We must. There's no other way. But you know what? Let me rephrase that. Everybody has free will. Everybody has free will. You are the only one who can decide if you want to wake up or if you want to remain asleep. You are the only one who can decide. All I'm here is that nudger. All I'm here is that, that voice of reason to give you that insight, to give you that nudge to say, you know what? Well, maybe I need to start paying attention. Maybe I do need to recognize that I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there is something more that I can get. If I just open my mind, open my ears and start listening and pay attention, because maybe I am walking around this world in a zombie format. If you're doing the same thing every day, if you are doing the same thing every day and every night, then you are most likely not in the game. Now, you're the only one who can answer that. You're the only one who can discern if you are doing the same thing every day and every night. If you know what you're going to do the next day, because it's already if you know what you're going to do the next day because it's already pre-planned for you, then most likely, then you are still asleep. And when I say things like that, I'm speaking in the terms of like a job that has a requirement that you be there at a certain time, that you stay there for a certain amount of hours, that you leave at a certain time. And this job is a redundant thing. It's a repetitive things that you do the first day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So every night, if you know what you're going to do, if you're required to do the same things every day, then you probably are still asleep. And this is no shade for anybody that's working a job or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. And so last video, I said recognition and I said definition. I said recognition of what is being said, the implication of what's being said. Because if you are one of those people who quickly take the implication that you're being offended, then you're going to lose this game, because within this game, there are so many implications that's out there. And it's up to you to get the right implication of what is being displayed, because it's easy to go left in the implications that are being presented to you. And if you're that type of person that always takes something and you want to make it offensive to you, personally, you want to take it personal and you want to make it offensive to you, then you're going to lose this game, because this game requires deep insight. It requires more. It requires for you to open your mind and don't take anything personal. Let me say that again. This game, the requirement of this game is not to take anything personal, to recognize that it is a game and you are an individual player to this game. And do not take anything personal, because everybody as a player have their own path to play, have their own part to play in this game. So I'm gonna say it again. Do not take anything personal. And if you are that type of person that want to take offense to everything, you want to critique everything, then by all means, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that, because once again, your path is individual to you. You can waste time taking everything personal, getting all up in your feeling some kind of way. All you're doing is wasting time in the game. But have at it if that's what you choose to do. But the title of this video is called, and so those are just little tidbits that I gave you. So the title of this particular video is called Before You Play the Game. And I just gave you a mouthful on before you play the game, on the things, on the do's and the don'ts, But once again, you have to decide your do's and your don'ts, I'm just a guy. I am just a guy trying to guide you, because I played this game. I was right. I was on the other side, and I had a guide, and I had another guide. I had another guide. And so basically I couldn't take anything personal, because I did start off taking things personal, thinking that, oh, they're targeting me, or they're insinuating something for me, or they're trying to diminish me, or they're trying to down me. Guess what? I had to throw all of that type of mentality in the garbage, because that's small-minded, that's small thinking. Because once you know yourself, and this is a part of the game, this is what we're trying to get to in the game. Once you know yourself, there's nothing nobody can say that would make you think that they're doing this and they're doing that, because you already know yourself. If you wrote the book, how can somebody else tell you what's in the book? You are your book. So once you know yourself, there's nothing nobody else can say that would change your book, because you wrote the book. You are the book. And now it's time for us to start writing our books, guys. So before you play the game, and I'll be back. So another part of before you play the game, you have to determine your part in the game. You have to understand your part, your role in this game. And the way you understand your part is to know that there's a destination that you have to get to, and it's about elevating your mind. It's about connecting back to the source creator, the force that gives you all of your goodness that you have inside of you, the creator, getting back to the creator. There's a lot of things that are inflicted in this world today that would attempt to block, hinder, frustrate, foil, that would have us believing one thing as opposed to another thing. So it's up to us to discern that one thing as opposed to another thing. So we have to discern and recognize which thing is the right thing for us to be following. So that's it. Before you play this game, you have to recognize what your role is in the game. And your role is almost like you are Inspector Gadget. This is it. Your role in this game is almost as if you are Inspector Gadget, because you are doing an inspection on your path to your life to get the goal, to get to the finish line, to elevate, And so as an inspector, an inspector does not finish his job until he has done inspecting, right? He has to come to some kind of resolution to resolve his inspection tactics, And so you being the inspector for your own life, you can't stop. You can't stop, because there's going to be a lot of things in this game that may present as fear. But you need to understand, and you need to discern and determine. And so when that fear presents itself to you as this big bad boogeyman, this monster, you need to determine, are you going to settle? Are you going to settle that the big bad boogeyman is in front of you and he's roaring and trying to make you fearful? Are you just going to settle? Or you are going to continue to seek? Are you going to recognize that you're a big bad boogie monster yourself, and that you can go around this monster, this image, this false? Are you going to allow this false envisioning, this so-called fear monger, this monster? And when I say fear, this monster, this is like a metaphor. This could be a metaphor for anything in your life that presents as fear. Because fear is false events, false visions appearing real. So you may envision something that causes you fear. You may fear an event that has yet to take place that causes, fear. Because it's false events, false envisions appearing real. So throughout this game, There are going to be a lot of those that present before you. But this is where your recognition comes in. You're going to have to recognize, and you're going to have to determine, are you going to settle for, oh my God, this fear monster appeared before me and told, made me feel as though I can't do it? Are you going to continue to seek? Are you going to find a ways to get around this fear monster and continue to seek? Are you going to play the victim in this game? This is before you play. I'm getting you player. I'm giving you all your tools, all your equipment. Are you going to play the victim in this game? Are you going to be really soft? And I started that off at the beginning of this video when I said, you're going to take offense. Are you going to take offense to everything that happened, everything that displayed? Take it personal to you? Because guess what? When you start taking things in personal to you, those are heavy. They become weights, and guess what? They compound, and you will see that fear monster sooner than later. You will. This is why I said, don't take anything personal. Just this is, you have to get yourself. You have to be indifferent in this game. Look up that word, indifferent. Look up what indifferent means, because that's how you need to be. That's how you need to be in this game, because that fear monster is going to show its face, and more times than not. And you have to understand and recognize that you must go around them. You have to recognize that it cannot stop you. You are the only one who can stop you, because once again, fear is false envisioning, false events appearing real. So if you know they're not real, they cannot stop you. So you have to keep on going. And so you will get tired. Some days will be tired, because let's face it, everything is energy, right? And so just imagine if, you was out all day and you was running around this, that, and the other, you might say, oh my God, I'm so tired. And part of this game, there are many days in this game where you will be tired. You will be exhausted. And, are you going to be soft during those times and say, oh my God, this game is taking too much out of me. I'm not going to do it. Whatever, because I know in my culture, in my environment, for my people, there's a saying, and it's called whatever. And that whatever saying, means, oh, I'm not going to do it. Oh, I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, I don't care what happens, So that whatever word can be to your benefit, or it could be to your detriment, you can use it how you want to. You can use it for the fearmonger that show up and be like, whatever, you're not stopping me. Or you can use it to play soft, to play the victim and say, oh, well, whatever, I don't care. It's too much. I'm tired. I'm being attacked. This, that, and the other. You can use it to your benefit or to your detriment. So you have to decide, are you going to be soft and play the victim? Are you going to be strong and say, no, I ain't dead yet. I still got breath in my body. I can keep going. Because let me tell you, it's going to be painful. There are going to be some painful points into this game. But guess what? If you are needing to wake up, then I'm pretty sure you're already going to painful points in this life. If you are asleep, you're probably going through a lot of pain. Like I said before in the earlier video, if you are like in despair, if you are a pessimist, if you are sad all the time, if you're saying whatever, if you're saying whatever all the time, if you're believing everything somebody put out in front of your face, then you probably have more pains than you probably know. But going through this game, you're going to have more pain points. They're going to come. And you could play soft and play the victim, but guess what? Even when you play the victim, nobody's going to come and save you. You're going to have to save yourself. So this is why you have to decide, are you going to be soft or are you going to be strong? And say, okay, I get that. I may not like how this feels. It may be uncomfortable for me, but I'm going to keep going because I know this can't be all for nothing, So these are the things that you're going to have to decide before do you decide to get into this game, because let me tell you, the reality is you are already in the game. But are you playing the game? That's the question. That's what I'm asking. And this is why I'm letting you know that it's a game. I want you to recognize that it's a game. I want you to recognize that there are rules to this game. I want you to recognize there's phases and levels to this game. And it's up to you. You are the only one. This is an individual undertaking. You are the only one who can gather this information. you know. Now, not to say that you can't get, you know, look at resources from people or get advice from people, information, but you have to be the only one, the final one, to have the say-so to discern the information that you receive, you know. And like I said, definitions, I live by definitions. I love looking up words. I don't even care if it's a word that I think I understand, because there are multiple definitions for words that you hear. Everyday words that sound really, really simple. Everyday phrases that you hear that sound really, really simple. You're like, oh, I know what that phrase is. And I know that mentality, because it feels good when we say we know. It feels good when we feel like we have a level of knowing that we don't have to look up something. And like I said in the previous video, and I'm going to say it in every video, if you're coming into this game thinking that you know everything, then you have already lost the game. The criteria for this game is to come clueless. The criteria for this game is to pretend that you know nothing and that you are learning everything all over again. That is the criteria for this game. And so this was a video for the title, before you start the game. Before you start the game, the things that you need to know, the tools that you need to acquire, the mentality that you need to come with. And I hope this resonated with you until the next video. But before I go, we got to get over before we go under, because the name of this series of videos is called Another One Bites the Dust. And I don't want to see anybody get bit by the dust that's headed this way, guys. So let's go. Let's go. I gave you the tools. Now we about to get into the game. And then until the next video, Ochite.